With last year being the wettest year on record, there's a chance that your home may have suffered water damage due to faulty gutters. Here now with tips on improving your gutters and avoiding the problems from last year is James Dennis of the Gutter Guys. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you here. Tell me what the Gutter Guys are.
Well, the Gutter Guys have been around since 1988. We're a highly rated company on many review sites. We've actually won our 12th consecutive year of Super Service for Angie's List.
Oh, great.
The last edition of Best in Baltimore, we were voted Best in Flood Protection.
Okay.
We mainly do residential homes, but we do have a lot of contracts with local and federal government buildings, including the military bases. We also do all of the work for the homes for Habitat for Humanity Susquehanna.
Oh, wonderful.
And I personally have spent over 12 years identifying and resolving gutter-related problems.
Okay, so you're a good person to ask about all this stuff because what are the signs of a clogged gutter in our home? What should we be on the lookout for?
Well, if you notice any damage around the home that's water-related, is one of the easiest things to point out.
True.
Some of the less obvious signs that you'll see are maybe staining on the gutters. If you start seeing a little bit of discoloration, this is usually from the water overcoming the gutters and starting to put a dark film over top of the gutters.
Got it.
If you start noticing like mulch washing away out of your landscaping or started seeing staining around the house or sidewalks, these are all obvious signs for us to notice that the gutters are being clogged.
So what's the importance of free-flowing gutters? Is it just to make sure that the water's not collecting around the home?
Well, it's to protect your home.
Right.
The whole reason for doing this is like any type of regular maintenance is you're trying to avoid the big cost.
Right, of course, because that big cost stinks.
Exactly. So the whole reason to get the gutters cleaned out is so that you don't come up with some structural damage of the roof rotting out.
Right.
Or if you had to replace windows or doors from the water running through them. Obviously, if you got water in your basement, this is usually all signs from water just staying about the foundation because the gutters aren't functioning correctly.
So we want to be mindful of this, and I know some of my neighbors clean their gutters themselves. What should they be on the lookout in terms of just safety? If they've got their ladders up and they're trying to do it themselves, I'm sure that you get calls at it, people not doing it the right way.
Well, I think the most important thing is just realizing how dangerous it is cleaning out your own gutters. And most people don't have the right information or equipment to do it properly.
Okay.
One of the most important things is just properly setting up a ladder, never getting on a roof. If you do get on a roof, make sure you use a harness so that if you were to fall, that something's catching you, because without that, you're going to go to the ground.
Looks like I'm going to have to yell at some neighbors because I have seen, I feel like we've all seen that, right? Where you sort of,
And when I was doing this for 12 years in the field, I heard all these horror stories of life-changing events of people that have fallen off, and this is one of the reasons we wanted to do this.
Because you think that it's such an easy thing to do, I'm just going to go up there real quick, but anything can happen, especially when you're dealing with gutters and it's wet and you don't know what's up there. Who's up on their roof all the time? Not me.
Exactly.
Right. So you had sort of a trivia for me, right?
So
you were going to ask me what that was, and I have no clue.
I wanted to know if you know what this was.
No, I have no clue what this is. I'm going to show. I don't know what this is. Should I know what this is?
No.
Okay, good.
This is a pop-in. This is an outlet that all of the water from the gutters enters into the downspout.
Okay.
So all the water that goes off your roof goes into the gutters, and then it goes through this hole to go into your downspout.
Okay.
How many leaves do you think it would take to cover this opening?
I'm like, why is he telling me this? Very few. I mean, it could be covered very quickly.
Yes.
Got
Even
it.
a handful of debris can block a gutter and it won't work anymore afterwards.
Got it. I mean, actually, that's actually really important to notice because you think that it's a wider circumference, but it's not.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So obviously we need your help. So if we want to get in touch with the Gutter Guys, what do we do? How do we do that?
Well, you would call 1-800-GUTTER-1, or we have a local number of 410-687-7886, and you can always check us out on thegutterguys.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. A lot of important information, especially as it warms up, we get our house together. So thank you. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Don't forget, you can save 10% off that estimate.